How to know if your neighbor isn't a heart-eating monster. Uncover the truth. Have you ever wondered what dark secrets your neighbors might be hiding? Are they really the friendly faces they portray during daylight, or do they transform into terrifying creatures when the sun sets? In this bone-chilling article, we shall embark on a journey to uncover the truth and help you determine if your neighbor isn't just an ordinary human, but a heart-eating monster lurking in the shadows. As the sun dips below the horizon and darkness engulfs the world, an eerie silence descends upon the neighborhood. This is the time when the true nature of your neighbors may reveal itself. Listen carefully, for the ominous sounds of claws scraping against walls and unearthly whispers may be the first warning signs of a heart-eating monster in your midst. To unravel this mystery, we shall introduce you to two main characters, Sarah, a curious and vigilant homeowner, and Mr. Johnson, a seemingly ordinary neighbor with a dark secret. Come along as we follow Sarah's chilling experience and learn how to identify the signs of a heart-eating monster. Chapter 1: The Mysterious Mr. Johnson. Sarah, a young woman with an inquisitive nature, had always been suspicious of her neighbor, Mr. Johnson. He was a tall, lanky man, always wearing a worn-out fedora that cast an eerie shadow over his piercing eyes. Mr. Johnson rarely ventured out during daylight hours, preferring to remain hidden in the sanctuary of his secluded home. One evening, Sarah's curiosity got the better of her. Armed with a flashlight, she decided to investigate Mr. Johnson's house. As she approached the front door, she noticed peculiar scratch marks on the wooden frame, resembling the desperate pleas of trapped souls. Sarah's heart raced as she wondered what dark secrets lay behind that door. Chapter 2: Unveiling the Truth. With trembling hands, Sarah turned the doorknob, a creaking sound filling the air. As she stepped inside, a putrid stench assaulted her senses. The hallway was dimly lit, with flickering candles casting eerie shadows on the walls. Sarah's flashlight revealed an assortment of peculiar artifacts scattered throughout the house: rusty knives, strange symbols, and jars filled with unidentifiable substances. As she ventured deeper into the house, Sarah stumbled upon Mr. Johnson's study. The room was filled with dusty books and ancient scrolls, their pages adorned with horrifying illustrations of grotesque creatures feasting on human hearts. Sarah's heart pounded in her chest as she realized the true nature of her neighbor. Chapter 3: Signs and Omens. To aid you in determining if your neighbor is a heart-eating monster, we present you with a list of signs and omens to watch out for. 1. The unearthly scent. Heart-eating monsters emit a distinct odor of decay and rot. Should you catch a whiff of this foul stench wafting from your neighbor's home, beware. 2. Nocturnal activities. Heart-eating monsters prefer the darkness, rarely venturing out during daylight. If you notice your neighbor's nocturnal habits and suspicious behavior, it may be time to question their true nature. 3. Scratches and claw marks. Keep an eye out for unusual scratch marks on your neighbor's property. These marks may indicate the desperate attempts of their victims to escape their clutches. 4. Sinister artifacts. Strange objects and symbols scattered throughout your neighbor's home could be an indication of their sinister intentions. Rusty knives, jars of mysterious substances, and gruesome illustrations should not be taken lightly. Chapter 4: Confrontation and Survival. Armed with this newfound knowledge, Sarah decided to confront Mr. Johnson. She prepared herself for the terrifying encounter by gathering information about heart-eating monsters from ancient legends and folklore. Armed with a protective amulet and a vial of holy water, Sarah approached her neighbor's door, ready to face the creature within. As she confronted Mr. Johnson, his eyes glinted with a malevolent hunger that sent shivers down her spine. Sarah held her ground, brandishing the amulet and splashing the holy water towards him. To her surprise, Mr. Johnson recoiled, emitting an unholy screech that echoed through the night. Sarah had successfully uncovered his dark secret. Epilogue: Stay vigilant, stay safe. Sarah's harrowing encounter with Mr. Johnson serves as a reminder to us all. Our neighbors may not always be what they seem. It is crucial to stay vigilant, observe the signs, and trust our instincts. While not all neighbors are heart-eating monsters, it is better to be safe than sorry. In the darkness of the night, when shadows elongate and silence prevails, we must remain cautious. Your neighbor's smile may be hiding a heart-eating monster yearning for their next victim. So, dear reader, next time you lay in bed, contemplating slumber, remember to keep an eye on your neighbor, for the truth may be far more terrifying than your darkest nightmares.